Uh, I forgot which voice I'm supposed to do. Man, it's been a long weekend. I'm not even gonna pretend. Guys, it's been a long year, guys.
Can we do that thing where we ceremoniously destroy 2020 at the end of the year when we do that?
Like John Oliver?
Yeah, but
Yeah.
it's going to keep going, though. Do you think
it's gonna
2021 will be better?
I'm hoping I'm
like,
on the 2022 train. I'm preparing. I think 2022 is going to be where it's at.
Great year.
we're gonna spend look. I am a recovering optimist, so I am choosing to go forward with the best possible feeling for the upcoming year, and we'll see how she goes. Hello,
yeah, clearly
everyone.
You're still in recovery. Can you center up your camera or your seat?
I noticed, and I'm shifting slightly to make sure.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, we're already live, so I'm changing.
Yeah, we're just doing this.
We're live. People are here for a fucking D&D show.
You guys ready to play some D&D? I'm ready to play D&D.
Ready.
Welcome to the Mercenaries of Mischief. Announcements for today. Things got a little off the rails last week. I forgot it was Thanksgiving, as Canadians do. But we're going to be back to normal this week. Lilith is still off visiting her family, extended family in the Nine Hells. There's a lot to deal with there. There's a big commute. It's hard to get back. It's hard to return from there. We've got Too Many Warlocks tomorrow, and then we've got Trash Bin returns. We're going to do some more Phasmophobia. We had a good time hunting spooks, and
did you say Trash Bin return? Trash Bin didn't take a break. What are you talking about?
Trash Bin. Well, I mean, we're doing more Phasmophobia. We're gonna do a double Phasmophobia. We're gonna double Spookums. We got killed by nasty ghosts, and you can see that on our. Yeah, it was very scary. You wouldn't come out of the hallway, and I begged you.
Nope. I got scared that one time I got scared, I fucking left, and that was it. I didn't go back in the house.
We're gonna die. I need you to come over here so I get this stuff. And you're like, okay, I'll be in the van.
Yeah, I'll be in the van. I'm the command center. That is my job.
So that's what we did, and we're going to do that again this week. And then we're going to, for real, super serious this time, have the final episode of A Weekend in Pavalia. Things are going to go down because there's definitely no other crazy American holidays that I've forgotten about this week. After that, like everybody checks.
Yeah.
And after that, we're going to come back with more World Weavers, and we're going to pick one of our continents, and we're going to work on it and build it. So that is what's going on this week. So this is the Mercenaries of Mischief. I, of course, are your benevolent Dungeon Master, Puck, and we're keeping it together. We got 2 more episodes to go till the end of the seasons, guys. We got crossovers next week, and then more crossovers the week after that. Stuff's going down.
And all of those episodes,
more cake.
just like tonight, will be sponsored by Hero Forge.
Hero Forge, our illustrious sponsors, Hero Forge. We can't thank them enough. Please check them out. It is the last day of the Black Friday sale. Use the code EPICLOOT.
It's through the 30th.
Yes.
Tomorrow too.
Oh, it's to the 30th. It's the 29th today. I know what day it is. Tomorrow is the last day. So you want to get in there, get your miniatures, use the EPICLOOT code, and you know what? Tell them Merc sent you. Anyways.
Yes, there's a panel in the chat you can click on. It'll take you right to Hero Forge. Also, during December, they're adding new stuff every day. Every day? Every day.
In December.
Not just every Tuesdays. I just saw that on Twitter. It's wild.
It's crazy.
Yeah,
but yeah, use code EPICLOOT to get $5 off your physical minis. Or if you're an STL, you have a 3D printer, you get those STLs. Those are just $4.99. It's like half price. So, stock up.
Stock up.
I'm sorry.
Get your
Because
minis.
you said if you are an STL, and I was like,
Yeah, there was going to be more to that
so-
sentence, but I changed directions.
yeah, I know.
midstream.
you changed horses
If
mid-race.
you want some STLs, you can get them. They make a great gift for Dungeon Masters because Dungeon Masters have a head full of characters that they've never played. So if you give them a character of one of their NPCs, perhaps one that they are particularly favorable towards, I'm sure they will love it. Makes a great gift. So, welcome to Mercenaries of Mischief. I, of course, am your benevolent Dungeon Master, Puck, and I am joined today by these Mercenaries of Mischief, which I will now introduce in no particular order, starting with the Moon's Fury, Miss Gilbetta fucking not.
Fucking eating cake over there.
Lover of cake.
Hey, what's up?
Joining us today. Also joining us is the somewhat rash decision-making Darius McLaren. This is the regular recipe Darius McLaren that we are familiar with from last season. Not the other one who turned evil.
Yes, original recipe is much more reasonable.
Yes, absolutely.
He's
Original
not so
recipe
spicy.
Darius. Yeah, original recipe McLaren.
Extra spicy McLaren off the rails.
Off the rails. And last but not least, everyone's favorite hug bear druid on a lovely road trip with her dad. That's probably not going to do anything terrible. I mean,
Nothing. No,
it's been
nothing
great
bad
so far.
could ever happen.
Absolutely. I see only good things in our future, really.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And with that said, when last we left our travelers, they were the plan to enter this world and extract its Avalon Knights and maybe poke around a bit and see how things are in here. It went off without a hitch, at least phase 1. Immediately after phase 1, things went completely off the rails. Darius vanished. Gilbetta and Lilith were attacked. The Warlocks have scattered to the winds. And our dear friend Norbog, who, we didn't know anything about before. This is a completely different Norbog. Her poor mother had passed away. She went on a road trip. She met up with a very nice half-dragon, who, had some interesting characteristics. I think that guy's a go-getter. I think we're going to see more of that dude in the future.
He did give me his magical phone number, so
Yeah,
got that going for me.
And then she... Okay, we're going to be fine. So, the mind reels with possibilities. Okay, so after that, Norbog enrolled at Golden Fields to become the first bugbear druid to be trained at Golden Fields. However, the training was cut very short after the first class, after she ran off to the Avalon Knights Academy and was swept up in a search for some bizarre happenings in the forest with Ogbog the Manslayer, who seems to have some connection to her, of what we don't know. Who knows? This is a crazy world we live in. Meanwhile, Gilbetta and Lilith, after an attempted assassination and the disappearance of Darius, went after a gentleman who, was a bit terse, and could be traced back to the assassination attempt, named Asco. They killed Asco and went back home, had a little bit of a confrontation with Gilbetta's fiance, Sharp, and Lilith's sister, Liana. And Liana received her class next week, and we're not going to find out today. Maybe we'll find out at the finale. I guess you'll have to stay tuned. So, a lot of hubbub went off there. Eventually, the disturbances were traced back to the Crate and Barrel, where Lilith and Gilbetta discovered a bunch of dissected undead with unusual metallic parts, and also discovered the newly revived Owen Stone. Now, Darius, after evil Darius, alternate Darius, I shouldn't say evil. Look, we're not into labels.
We should.
Alternate
we
mean-
should. But we should.
Alternate Darius
Depends how you do it.
broke off, got together with Zelos, who it turns out Zelos without Owen, kind of impulsive, little bit crazy. Didn't account for that. And it led to Darius being thrown into an unusual place he had never been before. He met with a strange man who identified himself as Merle and had an obsession with levers and buttons. And Merle gave alternate Darius his manual of Phrixia, which Darius then used to see if he could become the top mechanical flesh monstrosity creating dog in that hierarchy, betraying the rest of his friends and giving Gilbetta his resignation over sending stones, which, I mean, really is the kind of thing one would expect someone to do in person. Now,
Such a millennial move.
yeah, it's such a via. At least you didn't do it via message. Like, it was,
Turn off replies too. Send the message and block.
yeah, absolutely. And then
I'm gonna kill him.
original recipe Darius decided that he needed to create something. He listened for the voices of machines, thanks to the help of Gearstrip, and he decided he was going to make a weather dominator, which is what I'm calling it because it's a G.I. Joe reference.
Cobra!
And in his quest to get the materials to make this weather dominator, he went into the Mage Tower, only to find that this MT1 is different. And upon initiating a confrontation with this MT1, he was sent into a maze with his master, Mr. Wendell Gearstrip, and they constructed a small trap-sensing robot. Do we have a name for this trap-sensing robot?
I thought we were calling it the Minesweeper, but we can do better than that.
Oh, the
How about-
Minesweeper, right. What do you
How
want?
about the Dungeon Sweep?
The Dungeon Sweeper? Okay. The Dungeon Sweeper. All right.
I'm hoping by the end of this dungeon crawl, I can mount a weapon on it and call it the Doomba.
The Doomba. I'm on board.
I didn't bring enough cake for this, so I'm gonna need you to calm down.
This is an expendable character, and I'm not good at dungeon crawls, so we'll see how this goes.
We start today, strangely enough, with Gilbetta.
Right.
So, Gilbetta,
Mm-hmm.
you're in the Crate and Barrel.
Uh-huh.
Owen Stone has arrived.
Mm-hmm.
And Lilith has been taken away.
Okay, hold on. Taken away, like she disappeared, or like Owen showed up and was like, "Lilith, be gone." Because
Owen showed up, and we'll cutscene this a little bit. But Owen showed up and said, "Perhaps it is best if we do this individually." And then Owen split off into two Owens, and the other Owen took Lilith away to discuss something.
Well, okay. Great.
And Owen turns to you and says, "Oh yes, that's right. You haven't learned my little secret."
No. You mean about how you're alive because I killed all of you? Like every one of you?
You did. But then someone unkilled us.
Who the fuck would be able to do that?
I believe you know him as Carl.
How the hell? Carl is locked up. How the hell did Carl do it?
He got loose. Things have gone off the rails in your world. Your plan is in ruins.
What now? Man with the glasses say what?
Your plan is in ruins. You miscalculated the capability of the Avalon Knights from this world. They have escaped their prison, and they are running roughshod over your world now.
They got out? And what? How long have they been out?
For a while now.
What have they done? Besides bring you back, I'm assuming they brought most of the others back as well.
Yes, they brought everyone back. They released Carl. They fixed that dimensional rift in the center of town. And you'll find this interesting. They brought back your friend.
I have not many of those.
You only have
So that's
one
a
that wears
short
a hat
list.
and carries a black sword.
How?
They solved that.
Wait, they solved the death curse too?
Turns out a Sararak had built an item. And they took care of it. They're really quite resourceful.
We searched for years for the answer to that.
Yes, but you didn't have me to ask, did you?
Is he? Is he okay?
I'm not entirely sure. The method in which he was brought back was very unusual. The long-term repercussions are incalculable. But, for now, he is back. But,
So,
you have bigger problems.
how is that possible?
Well, do you remember when we invaded the Academy?
Yes.
The beasts that we had at our command, melded together with flesh and steel.
Mm-hmm.
Well, while our conflict was being put to an end, a few of these beasts acquired the plans to their own creation and fled Lord Zelos' command. They had spent the past 2 years building an army and taking over sections of the world, working deep underground. And now they're ready to make their appearance. They have already laid siege to Waterdeep with massive rotting worms.
Is it only in that world? In this world? And
It is in your world, but there is another weaker force here. And I believe you met their commander.
who?
He left you a message recently. I believe Mr. McLaren it was?
Wait. Darius is in charge of the... How? He was...
I'm not certain how,
Has he
but Darius
always
seems to...
been in charge of them?
No. He seems to have recently become in possession of the same plans that allowed Zelos to command these beasts. I'm
All
uncertain as to
happening
how
then.
he acquired this. Yes. Worse still, the worlds are colliding. Your enemies from your world are coming here. And it is possible that they will unite with your enemies from this world. Now, Lord Zelos and I have discussed it at length, and we have decided that there is no profit for us in the destruction of this world. So, we have agreed to aid you. But we need to know what you plan to do with the version of you and your friends from this world. They will be coming for you.
I don't... Originally, I thought that I could help them and save this world and make it better. But if they've solved the death curse and fixed the rift and brought everyone back, then we've clearly underestimated their abilities.
Yes, you have.
And I don't... If they fix the death curse, then I can get my sharp back.
Hmm.
That's all I care about. I don't care about any of the rest of it.
Miss Falcon-Knot, there are two courses of action ahead of us. Lord Zelos and I believe that when the confluence occurs, when the worlds collapse in on each other, we can ensure that our world becomes the dominant one. And all the beings within it become the ones that stay put. Unchanged and unaltered. The question I have for you is, would you like you and your number to be counted among these? Or do you want to disappear?
I have to... I don't know. I just...
Very well.
So is he... I just want to clarify. Is he talking about this world, our world, this
Alt
one
world
that...
or prime world?
Yes.
This world, the one that we are standing in currently.
Prime world.
Okay.
This is the world in which Lord Zelos is best equipped, so it is the one he wishes to preserve.
What's the other alternative? Is it
The other
all or nothing?
alternative is you leave yourself up to the chaos of two worlds colliding and hope for the best in the end. Even I don't know what's going to happen. We are simply trying to gain control of an uncontrollable situation.
I need to... I need to see if there's a way that I can talk to her.
Of course, I understand that you will need some time for this. In the meantime, you'll want to go to this location, and he scrawls it onto a map. I will ensure that everyone arrives at the same time. This is where the worlds will begin to merge, and where the two armies will attempt to merge. Your alternate selves will be there, along with whatever forces they've cobbled together from the remains of the Avalon Knights Academy. It appears there were more survivors than I care to mention.
Will it be too late to make my choice once the worlds begin to merge?
No. It may seem very rapid, but until the final blow is struck, until the worlds are finally solidified together, the dust settles, Miss Falconnot. There will be an opportunity to adjust things in our favor. When you come to a decision, simply call on me, and I will make sure that you are added to our number. I will be offering this possibility to your friends as well.
Good. I don't know what they will choose to do. I don't know what I'm going to choose to do, but... What happens if I want to be included and the other versions of us want to be included also? Is there any way that...
They are not
Is there
receiving
any way
this
that-
offer from me.
Even though this is their world?
Yes, but it could be yours. And that is the question you have to ask yourself. Do you want this one or your old one? Do you want the plate that is already broken, so that you can mend it together on your own time? Or perhaps you would like this shiny new one. It is up to you.
And she just... She says, either way, I want to make you this deal.
Of course.
I get one vote to add to the number.
Oh,
Now, whether that's me or someone else I choose.
so you wish to have the ability to abdicate your spot
Yes.
to someone else?
Yes. If it becomes prudent that that's going to be the best option, yes.
Very well. Who takes the position is of little consequence to us. However, you were chosen because you exhibit certain traits that Lord
Yeah, what traits
Zelos
are those?
feels could be profitable in the future.
Vengeance.
You're amiable to sacrifice, Miss Falconnot. It is a trait that is not exhibited as widely in your alternate selves.
Are you talking about the fact that I sacrificed lives to try to further my own.
I'm simply referring to the fact that you seem to be ready to do what needs to be done when the need arises.
You didn't really
You are a
leave me much
practical
choice.
person. I suppose we didn't. However, that wasn't me. Although I have those memories, I did not make those decisions.
Wait, you have those memories.
Yes.
How?
There are many layers to me, Miss Fucking Knot. If you decide to stick around, perhaps you will learn them. In the meantime, I will give you time to think on your decision.
Yes. I won't be learning
We
that today, for sure.
The Hellsinger will meet you at the location I have listed, along with the rest of your friends. Do take all the time that you need, but don't be late. We're going to need everyone for the fight to come.
And here I go, yet again on my own. Another solo journey. And she turns and just leaves without saying another word.
As you walk away, he adjusts his glasses. He says, "Where you start and where you end are not always the same, Miss Knot. Consider that in your decision." And leaves. You to go decide what you need to decide.
She doesn't say anything. She's
All right. Meanwhile, back in the dungeon, in the devious mad maze
Okay.
of MT 2.5. So, there is immediately a blast of heat as you take your first step in this place. And the
Is it,
hall ahead of you is illuminated by a jet of enormous hot flames. And allow me to bring the map up for you.
Oh, get a map.
Oh, yes. I've pulled out all of the stops.
Oh, jeez. Okay. All right. Well, we've got the minesweeper. We got the minesweeper going,
You do got the minesweeper going.
and I'm guessing since I can see the whole map, let's just say the minesweeper has provided a map.
Oh, you can see the whole thing? You ain't supposed to see the whole thing. Oh, boy.
All right. I mean, I can only see the hall that I'm in.
That's terrible.
Okay.
Are you still in DM mode? What's the problem?
Oh, I mean, well, I haven't. No, I can see it on
I
from
can
both accounts.
also see the whole thing. So
Yeah.
Oh,
one thing I
what the
follow.
heck? All right,
all right.
well,
It's not gonna help me much.
allow me to work on that.
the fog of war is not fogged.
Yeah.
No, it is not. It is unfogged.
All right. So does this seem to be? Well, now it's completely fogged. Does this seem to be going on like a rhythm? If I sit there and wait, is it a timed thing or is it triggered by when the McLaren Minesweeper goes through?
Well, the McLaren Minesweeper gets up to that point, and the little magical illuminations that you have built into it indicate that there is something very dangerous to the right side, and also that the flame is continuous. It is going on constantly.
All right. There's something dangerous to the right.
Yeah. But that also seems to be where the flame is coming from.
Oh, I see. Got it. I would have said it's dangerous to the front. But I guess this is, new tech. Still need to work some bugs out. All right. So, but this is good. We know it's coming from the right.
Yes. All right. I think I got this worked out now if you reload it.
And it is continuous. Yeah, no. I do have... Go ahead.
Do you want to have a look around, perhaps?
I mean, yeah. If my Minesweeper's not indicating anything else, I will have a look around. Do you want investigation or perception for that?
Perception, please.
17.
So, you notice 2 stone cross-like protrusions on the wall to the right.
All right.
And they look like this that I've just shown to you.
Are they like recessed in like a button, or are they sticking all the way out?
They're sticking out.
Okay. It says knobs, so I'm assuming that if I get closer, I can see that they're on some sort of rod there, like sticking out. Like maybe
Yes,
they can be
they are.
turned.
They sure can.
All right. I guess I will. Let's just go off of. All right, this is built by a Warforged. So let's think about calculations, order of operations. I'm gonna turn the one on the left 45 degrees, so it's times and then plus.
Okay.
Gotta start somewhere.
So you turn the one on the left 45 degrees.
To the clockwise.
There is a shuddering and a shaking.
Put it back real fast.
And the room shifts. Oh. And then shifts back.
Ah, I see.
But the fire goes away when the room shifts.
Got it. Okay. Yeah, because it can't come. All right, so the fire's not coming from something attached to the wall. It doesn't. The fire production thing doesn't move. So yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So I will go ahead and turn both of them to 45 degrees.
Okay.
Basically, yeah, 45 degrees clockwise.
All right. So if you turn them 45 degrees clockwise, they actually keep turning until they've done like one full rotation to a side till they're across again.
Okay. They go 90 degrees.
Yeah, but the fire does go away. Actually, no, the fire is still there. It goes away for a little bit and then comes back. My bad. I forgot where my things were.
All right.
So as the room is turning, the fire disappears, but once the room finishes turning, it comes back.
So I can't leave it at 45 degrees?
No, because it continues until it's made like a full cross rotation back to being shaped as a cross.
All right.
But what you do notice
Mm-hmm.
is through the flames, directly in front of you. So here, you can now see into the next hallway.
I see.
As there is a doorway there now.
Okay. Then in that case, what I'm going to have to do, since I already set that part up, is... I guess what I'll do is I'll turn it... Start to turn it to the right, and then when the rim starts to move, put it back and see if I can run through while there's still no fire.
Okay, so you're turning it clockwise again?
Yeah. Otherwise, there'll just be a tedious thing of having to go and then get into the other arm and then do the whole thing.
All right.
So I'm just trying to save time.
Oh, no problem. So we're turning the same one.
Yeah. Let me try just turning the right one, actually. See what happens.
You're just going to turn the right one?
I'm just going to turn the right one clockwise.
Okay, you hear the sound, but you don't see anything.
Does it affect the fire at all?
It doesn't affect the fire that you can see here, no.
All right. Well, here's what I'm going to have to do. Because I'm afraid that if I do this, I'm going to end up stuck on the other side. Because there wasn't a doorway before, right?
There wasn't a doorway before, but as the room rotated, the new hallway that appeared once the rotation was complete had a doorway that seemed to line up with the hallway on the other side.
So I've been in 2 different hallways by this point.
Yes.
And they've both had this control?
Yes.
Okay. Well, that makes it easier. All right. What I'll do is I will turn it to the left.
Okay.
And then as it starts to turn, I'm going to run over into this one.
Okay.
So it's basically, it'll be back in the original orientation.
All
I'll
right,
run over to there, so I'll
happens.
be back where I'm standing.
Okay. And I'm going to assume you guys did that before, so that I don't have to give you fire damage. Because I totally forgot about the physics of this.
So, basically, it'll be, I will turn it to the left.
Yeah.
Run over there. Get into that hallway. And once it's all reset, I'm going to turn it to the right. And this time, again, run over to the left. So now I'll be on the other side of the flames with the open doorway.
All right. You're on the other side of the flames with the open doorway, and the flames are still going.
Okay.
Go ahead and move yourself into position, please. And Gear Strip follows you along. And you notice that also there is no doorway behind you or to the right as you pass through.
All right. So, at this point, send the Minesweeper forward to
All right.
check for danger near the door.
Beep, boop, beep, boop, beep, boop. He moves forward, and he indicates that, again, there is danger to the left side of the hallway.
All right. The door seems safe, though. I'm gonna
The door
investigate
seems
the door. Safe. All right. Well, unless you say I already did that and say cool. We'll move on through the door.
Well, it passes through the archway and nothing happens.
Okay, dope. All right. It says there's danger to the right, but I don't see any fire. Is this correct?
To the left.
Or to the left?
Did I say it right? Yeah.
But there's no fire here?
You don't see any fire.
All right. What could the danger be? Do I have something? Do I have my Chadwick here? Did he come with us and fall through the floor?
You know what? Sure, we'll say your Chadwick is
It doesn't
here.
have to be. If so, I'm basically...
Yeah, but
all right.
I'll send your Chadwick along.
All right. Well, then I'm going to send Chadwick. All right, buddy. I think it should be noted, too, that while alternate Darius's Chadwick is a cold calculating machine that does exactly what it's told, this Chadwick has a lot more personality. He's never done a memory wipe on this one, so it's the whole, like, R2-D2 thing. And so it's more just like a happy, slobbering bulldog.
Right.
It's occasionally just, like, oil slopping out of its little mechanical mouth.
Blurp.
Like, all right, Chadwick. Now, be careful. peek your head up there and move out into the middle, but only for a second, and run on through. All right.
Peeks, and then hops back.
All right. Now go all the way through.
It runs to the other side.
Okay. He is mechanical, though, so this is dangerous. All right, I'm going to take out my shield.
Very well.
And I'm going to hold it over to my left as I cross through to like here and just peek over the shield to see if I can see what's over there.
Okay. You see a blank wall. And if you look to your right, you see the arch of a doorway. But it just leads to another blank wall.
All right. And are there controls on these walls as well?
A brief search leads you to another pair of controls.
All right. I will try turning the right one clockwise.
Okay. Very well. You turn the right one clockwise. You hear the rumbling of this structure turning and shifting. And a doorway lines up
All right.
with the other one.
I will
And-
send the Minesweeper.
All right.
This is going surprisingly well.
I didn't want to make it too in-depth, or we'd be doing this all day.
What could possibly go wrong?
All right. So, once you get up to this one, you send the Minesweeper through the gateway. He is unharmed. However, he does detect that directly ahead of him, there is more fire. However, you do not see it, and you do not see any light.
Huh. Right. Gear strip. What do you think the possibility is of false positives on this?
I don't know that there's necessarily any false positives, but it's possible that the fires are coming through the doorways. There are likely jets of flame behind each one of the far walls, and if we adjust the rooms in the wrong direction, we open up the doorways to the jets of flame. I do not think that it is detecting false positives. I think it is detecting the jets that we are safe from.
Oh, interesting. All right.
That is my hypothesis, based on the shifting of rooms that we have seen so far.
So if they're coming from the doorways, we just have to make sure we're not in a hallway with a doorway when we turn it.
Yes, that is correct.
All right then. I will go to on through
All right.
and take a look down to the right.
All right. You take a look down to the right,
Come along, Chadwick.
and there is another open hall.
To the right? All right.
Yes, and there are currently no fires here.
Send the Minesweeper through.
Minesweeper goes through, and it detects at the end of this a danger to the right.
Okay. I mean, if there's no fire here, I'm going to come up and just look to the right.
All right. You look to the right and you see another brick wall. And to your left, you see another archway connected to a brick wall. There are
Okay.
no controls in this room.
There are no controls in this room. Interesting. Okay, wait. So there's an archway to the right?
Yes, from where you're standing. So directionally,
But
like
none
if you're
to,
facing that direction,
but
and none
none
to the left.
on any other directions except behind me.
Yeah. Consistently, what you have seen is that there are 2 archways in each room.
Yeah. Okay. I'm going to come back into this one
Yes.
and turn.
There are no controls in this room either.
Interesting. Okay.
I've puzzled you.
So there are, if I'm understanding this correctly, I've got 4 rooms
Yes.
arranged in a square.
Yes. you
Right
do.
now, all the doorways are aligned.
Yes.
And
Well, all but one. The doorways to the top 2 and the bottom left are aligned. However, the doorway on the very bottom is not aligned to anything. You can't pass through the 2 bottom rooms to each other.
okay, right. So I can go like, but not
Yeah. Yeah.
Were there 2 doorways in the first room, or just one?
There were 2. One of them is spewing fire right now, and you passed through the other.
Okay. Cool. I'm gonna go back to the first room,
Okay.
and the doorway was on the east or the west. We'll say that. The one that was spewing fire.
The one that is spewing fire is on the west side.
Okay. So I will go back to the first room. I will turn the left knob clockwise. 1/4 turn.
Very well.
And I believe that should align all of the doors.
So, if we turn that one clockwise, the fire does go away, and the doors are aligned. You can now move freely between all of the rooms, and there's no fire spewing at you.
All right. Now that I have time to move freely, I'm going to investigate around. Is there anything else going on in this whole place?
Nothing.
Okay.
It is just 4 cross-shaped rooms arranged in a circle. Each one of them has 2 archways, and each one of those archways is now connected to hallways.
Okay, so back in the original room, I will turn the right knob 1/4 turn counterclockwise.
Very well. So, back in this room, 1/4 turn counterclockwise. Doom. All right.
Is there any fire in the room to my right? Which I should now be able
There
to
is
walk.
not.
Okay, great. So now I should be able to come down here.
Minesweeper has detected fire behind the walls to the east and the west, to the eastmost and westmost walls in this place.
All right. So looking to my right, is there a doorway open?
There is a doorway, but it doesn't lead anywhere. It is to a brick wall.
It is to a brick wall. Okay. So that means the answer's got to be to the north. Let's check it in with Norbog so people don't have to watch me think in real time, but I'm pretty close.
All right. If you want to take time to figure this out, we could go to Norbog.
I'm very close to a potential solution, but yes. Just
very well.
So that we don't spend forever people watching me diagram shit.
Look, I think people are invested in you figuring this out.
Darius pulls out a piece of paper. Meanwhile,
it's just like scribble, scribble, scribble.
I gotta draw this real quick.
Absolutely. I love how into it you are.
I mean, you know this is the shit I like.
Look, this I did this for you.
So right now I've got this.
Meanwhile, with Norbog.
It's creepy music.
Yes, it is. It's there for a reason. Norbog?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Actually, we'll just go to our regular traveling music for now. Sorry. Preview. Norbog, you are traveling along with Nuvarim, this new mysterious woman that has just decided to bunk up with you guys. And Ogbog the Manslayer, who is quite shaken after the last encounter as you continue to follow these footsteps. And eventually, you guys come across a kind of barren forest. So there are all these trees, but there are no leaves on them. And these are around the edges of the Sword Mountain, close to the Sword Hills. And as you're traveling, Nuvarim is in the back, attempting to give you various pep talks on how you're a strong, powerful woman.
And I'm just there going, yep. Should I be writing this down?
Oh no, I'm certain that you'll remember all of it.
Okay.
So, have you ever been in a fight?
Not really. I mean, some scraps with some unhappy merchants in the forest, and there's occasional bears that do just attack, but not really a proper fight.
No. Well, I can't say I necessarily have been either. Most of my fights just end with me breathing on them and they fade away, or simply devouring them whole.
I don't see a problem with that. Just end it real fast.
Well, I suppose there's something to that. However, my father is always going on about a proper challenge. What does he know? He spends all this time stabbing drow nobles in the back.
That doesn't sound like a proper challenge. That doesn't sound
Not.
honorable. Where's the fun from the back?
That's what I said. Slinking around in the Underdark, chasing after robed magicians. While they summon their demons and worship their Spider Queen. It's all very grim. Don't much care for it.
Dark and dusty.
Yes. I wasn't sure what to expect when I ran away.
What did you expect?
I didn't know. I didn't have much experience with the outside world. You spend all your time in caves in the Underdark learning to kill, having people worship you. It doesn't learn you very much about the whole world, does it?
I relate to that. But well, if you didn't know what to expect, what did you get?
More solitude, unfortunately. Seems the only people that ever come to visit me are just interested in my power.
That's a shame. You seem really nice.
Well, that is so sweet of you to say. I wish more visitors were like you. You see, it's... When people know you can do anything, or at least they think you can, but don't tell anyone, they want you to do everything. And frankly, I'm just not interested.
I think I'm starting to relate to that, too. A whole bunch of trees have been telling me to do things, and they're expecting me to save the world. Have you ever had to worry about disappointing a tree? It's a terrible feeling.
Oh, goodness. Never a tree, but certainly an angry shadow dragon I've had to worry about disappointing.
Well, just do our best, and I mean, I'd rather make a tree disappointed in me than an angry shadow dragon, because I don't think the tree is gonna get up and kill me, although maybe they will. Does druidry do that? Can they move?
Oh. I don't know. I don't have a lot of experience with trees. We don't have them in the Underdark. We have
Do you
mostly
have druids
just
in the
mushrooms.
Underdark?
Yes, but they're mushroom
They're
druids.
mushroom druids?
Yes.
That's so charming.
They're called spore druids. They're actually quite nice. But no, I hadn't had much experience with trees. I can't imagine they get that angry. And again, they can't move, so it's not like they could come after you.
I have found them shockingly pushy.
It's no good. None of it's any good. What do you want, Norbog?
Oh, what I want, I can't get. I want my mom back. I want my dad not to be dead. But can't get either of those.
Well, Norbog, I am a bit of a magician of sorts.
What does that mean?
I mean, I have magic, Norbog. There are things that I can do that seem beyond the realm of normal capability. Perhaps that's something I can help you with.
Do you mean necromancy?
No, goodness, no. Foul stuff. I never deal with it. I've never done a resurrection spell. I'm usually on the opposite end of things, really. But I could attempt it.
Doesn't
I'm
that
certain
usually
I have the
require...
diamonds.
Doesn't that usually require a body, though? I never
Yes, it does.
got the pieces of my mom back.
And she puts a hand on yours. Says, that's awful.
I know.
Where are they? Would you like me to destroy them?
I have thought about it. And someone before you did recommend dragons. And I bet you would also recommend dragons, so possibly burning down Hillsfar with dragons does sound like a very practical solution. I just have been lacking in dragons until very recently.
It wouldn't even take me an afternoon. I could wipe them off the map before they knew it.
That might be nice.
Wow.
But we gotta finish this up first. Can't run off across the continent.
No, I suppose not. We should probably take care of the whole world collapsing thing.
Right, that does seem important. I did kind of see the apocalypse, and the pushy trees told me that was going to happen unless I did something about it, so I guess I should do something about it.
Well, I feel a great kinship with you, Norbog. I know what it is like to be pushed around into things that you don't want to do. That's why I left.
Really enjoyed spending time with you.
I've enjoyed spending
not that
time
scary.
with you as well.
I mean, you are
well,
scary,
thank
but you're
you.
scary when you choose to be scary, and that's not really scary.
Darling, I'm nightmarishly terrifying. You don't even know. But I appreciate that you want to know me for who I am, and not the terrifying beast that I can be. It is so rare to find these days.
It is refreshing.
It is rather nice. I'm sorry to hear about your mother. I never got to know my mother personally.
I'm sorry. Is that difficult?
Oh,
I didn't really know my dad. We have so much in common, Neverream.
We really do. There are a lot of parallels in our stories. Well, I'm excited to learn all of these things.
I'm sorry you didn't know your mom, and I'm sorry your dad sounds like a bum.
He's all about his crusade to rid the world of Lolth-worshipping drows.
I don't know anything about that. What did they ever do to anyone?
Well, Father has a theory. The worshipping drow, or the drow who worship Lolth, are the ones that are keeping the drow from ascending to their true place at the top of society of the world. It is holding them back for lies and deceit. And he believes
okay.
that drow will never find greatness until all of the worshippers of drow are eliminated. Or the worshippers of Lolith, sorry. The drow worshippers of Lolith.
That seems very extreme.
And it's rather lofty, of course. It's the only way to kill a god.
True.
The only way to kill a god is to dry up their worshippers. And after all of them are gone, they simply shrivel away.
And you don't agree with his path in life?
I don't agree with his crusade. It consumes him. He has done no living. You think a man who escaped slavery in the Shadowfell would instead want to live a better life. But instead, it's just this crusade that he's been on. I don't talk to him much, I must admit.
That's a shame, but at some point, there's only so much you can do to help other people, too, and it sounds like you've found a better life that isn't some mad crusade.
Oh, holed up in some abandoned manor atop of my treasure hoard. Foolish adolescence. Really, this is the first time I've been out in ages.
Me too.
Well, perhaps the both of us can get to work on finding that better life.
I think this is a good start. This is a good start.
Yes, I'm out of the manor. I've made a new friend, and she is delightful. And I'm traveling. I'm not even flying around. I'm in the daytime, of no less.
And maybe you'll get to light someone on fire still. The day is still young.
My breath is mostly acid, dear, but yes, absolutely.
That's very neat.
Thank you. I'm glad you're impressed.
Sometimes I can make my claws turn into acid. That's a thing that I can do, too.
Oh, that's
As I say
impressive.
that.
I hope to see more of that. What is this? With the rumbling, the cart starts to slow to a stop. And
hey, bowling
Nuvarim-
ball. What's... You got...
Oh, bowling ball stops and Nuvarim, her head tilts up, and she kind of sniffs the air. Something foul has come here.
What kind of foul?
Death. And you hear Ogbog from up front. You guys might want to come up here and see this.
Yeah, and I come up there and see this. There's that music.
Yep, there it is. You come up, and you can see another one of these bubbles in reality.
Mm-hmm.
And these bizarre creatures made of metal with fletch stitched onto it in various places walk to the edge of this bubble and cross through into the forest.
Oh, that's bad.
That's very bad.
And,
There are
and
three...
just to clarify,
go
it
ahead.
is the same thing that I saw in the dreams. Just for Norbog's sake, she is putting this together,
It's-
yeah?
It's a lot of creatures like that.
Yeah.
And there are 4 of them in total that move through.
Okay.
If that's a map, it's all blacked out.
That is a map, and I imagine it is all
Great.
blocked out for you. Because haven't given you the things that you need. Hang on.
Yep.
All right. Where is it? There you are. Character sheet. Nope. Edit. There we go. And there we go. All right. If you refresh, it should show you now.
Let's see.
Oh, I have
It's
to turn your vision on.
reloading.
Never mind. Oh my god. That's the other thing that I've got to get sorted out because they finally like added the new lighting effects to all of Roll20. They didn't give you the option, just do the old ones now. So I have to change everybody's tokens to the new effects.
There we go.
All
I
right.
can see the
There
map
we
now.
go.
Oh shit, they're big.
Yes, they are quite large.
Look at this.
One has this enormous gross torso attached to these like spider-like four legs. Its arms are a collection of blades and claws. The other looks like just this gross, toothy, smiling spider that is skittering about, and there are two that are screeching and hovering about on these leathery, fleshy wings.
Okay.
And Ogbog stops the cart, like, tries to tuck it off to the side, and then says, I think we're going to have to fight our way through. We can't let these things go anywhere.
I think you're right. And can I use an ultimate, or do I have to be in combat to use an ultimate?
Well, let's wait till you initiate.
There we go.
Because according to my sheet, you have 4.
I do. Look, it was worth a try to see if I could sneak attack ultimate from the start. It was a gamble that I did not think would work, but it was worth asking for.
I will not allow you to sneak attack ultimate, but I will allow you to use it in battle.
All right.
So, it's time for a fight.
Should I roll
And,
initiative
we're
then?
Yes, please.
Did that go? Yes.
Yep.
Oh my
Yep.
gosh, it's so bad in this world.
Oh, it's terrible.
I'm used to being
All right.
big and strong. I'm still pretty big and strong. I just don't have advantage on initiative anymore.
All right. Well, Ogbog and Bowling Ball, both ahead of you right now.
Cool.
And let's see how Nuvreem does.
I like my odds. This is fine.
All right. Nuvreem, where are you at? I had you in here a minute ago. Oh, God.
The key to winning these big battles with Puck is to always have a lovable animal companion with you, because he will not let them die.
This is what's
guess
necessary.
what I have?
Have them do
The ability
damage.
to call like 3,000 lovable animal companions. So
That too.
All right.
I was just thinking.
So,
You
We're all
also have
plot
the
armor.
advantage of being a lovable companion. So,
True.
like,
Nuvreem
yeah.
bursts from the cart in her shadow dragon form.
Love her. Love her so much.
All right. Next up, I guess Ogbog's starting us off. He's like, looks over to Nuvreem, and he's like, do what you want. I'm gonna go kill these guys. I demand nothing of you. I want to be that perfectly clear. And this toothy dragon smile appears at that as Ogbog readies his mace and charges forward into battle. Don't worry, Norbog. I'll help you fight these guys off. And he runs
Okay.
forward.
Look, you can't kill me. I got a small woodland creature. Can't hurt us.
And Bowling Ball snacks on the grass at the side of the road. He is nonplussed by the situation.
Awesome. That's where he should be.
All right. Next up, the Screecher. First one moves forward ever so slightly, floating through the woods. And Nuvarim charges for the biggest one there.
Good.
She
Go get
lets out a
him.
mighty roar and locks up immediately with the largest creature,
Great.
clawing and gnashing her teeth. And the other ones break off and move in on you guys. Skitter, skitter, skitter. But they haven't gotten close enough to attack. All right, Norbog.
Cool. I'm gonna move the 30 feet that I can. Whoops, I should figure out where 30 feet is first. Alright, so there-ish.
All right.
And then I'm gonna use an ultimate, because it's an ultimate, and I don't think distance matters with ultimates.
No, it doesn't. You just have ultimates. I'm going to erase
have an
this 4.
Put a 3.
Yeah.
I'm looking at you,
Use
audience.
Thank you! This is the first time I've had an opportunity to use them. Puck's been making me do a lot of talking.
Wait for the next 2 weeks, man. You're gonna be glad you got these. So, you have command of all of the scurrying critters of the world.
Yup.
Norbog, paint me a
Yep.
picture with your words as to how this ultimate
God.
appears.
I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
I have to...
The ultimate comes in 2 parts. There's the charge, and then you got to tell
Right.
me how you use it.
I know. Well, I imagine it would be similar to my ultimate in the other world, just more fauna than flora. So
Yeah.
I think it is just overwhelming animals. Like, there's a
Overwhelming
rustling in the
animals?
trees above you, and
All
like
right.
you realize that all the birds from the trees have started to emerge and come down, and there's a rustling in the underbrush, and it's just every woodland creature within distance is coming to swarm and try and overwhelm and overtake these Phyrexians and start to pull apart their little metal bits with their tiny little critter hands and their beaks. And so they're going to try and start pulling the metal off of the beast groove thingies.
So, here's how we're going to run this.
Yeah.
It's going to be like
Sorry.
Bag of Tricks.
Okay. I don't know what that is.
So I'm going to need you to roll a d8 for me. And that will
Okay.
tell me what kind of creatures you summon with your ultimate.
How do I roll a d8 on this?
Uh,
Like that? That roll?
You just have to do it.
well, you could just...
Found it, but I think I gotta
Yeah.
click it again.
Okay.
Does that do it?
Did it work?
It rolled
No,
on
it probably just rolled it in
on my
beyond.
thing.
All right, well,
can
just tell me what you
it
got.
rolled in beyond. It rolled a 7.
Sure. It rolled a 7. So for a 7,
Don't need that.
you have summoned a swarm of dire wolves. So there is
Yay!
an ow
A swarm of diamonds.
as scurrying out of the forest
Rude cheat sheet.
comes like a swarm of barking dire wolves.
Oh my god, and can I understand them?
Yep.
Great.
So okay.
Remember when I said you were gonna need like 12 animal voices all at once? This is it.
Did you good boys hear that? This heckin' lady wants us to fight these fleshy dudes. We gotta give them a heckin' good bite. Yeah. We is the goodest boys.
How
They come.
how many is a swarm?
We are gonna say about like 15 to 20.
Oh my
What
god.
the fuck?
Should I? Cause I think I have a thing.
Okay. Well, you have a bunch of things.
I do have a bunch of things that I can do. Carry on.
So, who are you targeting these wolves towards?
Holy shit. Well, if I've got 15 to 20, can I send them in? Can I split them into groups? And do they have pack tactics? Are they like regular wolves with pack tactics? Yes.
They have everything that dire wolves have. However, we are not rolling what they're doing. We are just going to give them a task, and I will math out how they do.
Let's send all of them towards... Can I highlight stuff? Can you see me doing things? Can you send them to the Protein Blood... I don't know how to ping. Can you send them over to the Bloodstock? Bloodstock?
Bloodstock?
Yeah, that. Oh, there's words on the screen. Bloodstock and the Screechers. Yeah, I want to send them to the Bloodstock and the Screechers because I think Nuvarim's got the Hunter on lock right now, and I don't want them to get in her way. So yeah, I would send all of them towards them, and let me see if I want to do something super powerful.
All right.
Let me look at the map. Basically, I learned that Druid combat takes forever. Do apologize for that. Because it's just a lot of crowd control. No, I'm gonna hold off on that.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll hold off for one more turn.
A bunch of heckin' good boys come leaping out of the forest and just swarm this bloodstock. And the Screecher is up in the air because they are flying and it's desperately trying to get away. But just like, have you ever seen like a nature video where like the one pack wolf is charging out of the creature and after he gets it to the ground, all the other ones come in on it? That's what happens to this bloodstock. Cool. It is National Geographic Phyrexian edition going on here. And he's just being ravaged by wolves. Just covered at your command. So he's in rough shape right now. I don't know if he's going to make it out. And let's see if they get a hold of the Screecher. I'm going to do 3 rolls. If any of them hit, they've pulled the Screecher into it. None of them hit. That's an 11, a 2, and a 5. These boys did not do well catching the Screechers, so the Screechers get loose, but the Bloodstock is indisposed.
That's good enough for me.
All right. Ogbog, not to be outdone, looking wide-eyed at this mechanical, fleshy creature that is being ripped to shreds by wolves now, because he was like, I thought it was going to be some, like, squirrels or something. How'd you get wolves to do this?
I don't know. I've never gotten wolves before.
I never got wolves before. This is new. All right.
It's usually squirrels.
It's usually squirrels. Ogbog runs up and takes a swing at this creature. Oh, I clicked out. No! There we go. Takes a swing at these Screechers. Runs up with his Morning Star. Does 2 swings. Oh god. He hits with both of those.
Yes, he does.
I mean, Norbog, you might not actually get to do that much combat today.
Dude,
the way things
I'm
are panning
designed
out.
not to. It's great. Who needs combat when you have freaking wolves? I don't need to fight.
Ogbog comes in with the hard swings and smashes this creature to the ground with his ferocity, dealing 33 damage. Bowling ball, nonplussed by the situation, just hanging out, chewing on some grass. Bowling ball is he's not stirred to action until people stir him. So, next up, this Screecher's going to run up and decide that he wants nothing to do with this bugbear that just tore apart this other dude. But he does want something to do with this one who called all the wolves.
Of course he does. course he does.
And he is going to try and make you go crazy.
It might work.
Let's see how he
I don't
does.
know what my stats are.
Well, he tries to tear in with you with his claws.
21 will definitely hit.
All right. So he slashes you for 10 slashing damage and 5 psychic. His screeching echoes in your ears as his fleshy metallic claws tear into you.
Okay.
All right. Next up, Nuvarim continues to tear stuff apart. The bloodstock is shredded, and this one tries to tug at poor Ogbog. All right. And claws on Ogbog. That is definitely enough. Ogbog takes 16 damage. He cries out in pain as it happens to gash his chest. And now it's you again.
Okay. Can I move, or will that provoke an opportunity attack? Can I,
It
like,
will
move?
it will provoke an opportunity attack from this
Yeah.
creature.
That's what I thought. So I'm not gonna do that. But I don't think I need to. All right, I'm gonna make this even more complicated.
Additional complications.
How do I make a spell show up in? Does that do it? Yeah.
Ah, there we go.
I would like to conjure animals, even more.
Okay.
With the proper spell slot. And in my understanding, I pick the challenge rating and how many I want, and you pick the ones that show up. Yeah?
Okay. Yes.
Okay. I would like... Crap. I have so many tabs open to figure this shit out. I'd like 8 of 1/4. So I'd like 8 animals, please.
Okay.
We're going big, okay? I did so much homework to make this work. So we're doing it. We're gonna make it complicated, and we're gonna have so many good animals on this board. This isn't even the max number of animals I can conjure.
This isn't even my final 4. Okay. Here's what you get.
Okay.
Horses. No, okay. They come to eat the
I'd be
fingers.
so angry.
It's valid. Valid.
So
Thank you.
No.
God bless.
instead, you this is surprisingly difficult.
I was so prepared. I came so prepared, and you're not.
Giant badgers.
I saw
For
that and
real?
I'm like, he's gonna go for giant bad.
Good.
Giant badgers. 8 giant badgers scamper across the treetops of these barren trees and start hopping down on this creature.
Arboreal
Amazing.
badgers.
And
Yes,
I would like
arboreal
to...
badgers.
I'd like to...
Badger.
Oh, wait.
That's an internet deep cut.
Yes. Let's all show our age.
Yeah, all right. And so I'd like to use my bonus action, which
Okay.
is...
I'm gonna roll up 8 badgers.
Yeah, 8 badgers. So there's 8 badgers, 15 to 20 wolves, Ogbog, Nuvarin, and me. And I'm going to use my spirit totem
Okay.
to give all of them a power-up. Because I'm going to use the bear spirit, and I'm going to put it here. How do I make a thing show up?
You can just draw shape.
Yeah, I want to put it here-ish.
Okay.
Because of
All right.
30-foot range, and so that should hit all 40 creatures
the
that are on the
badgers.
board on my side right now. All of the badgers,
Oh
all of
my
the
God.
wolves, Nuvarim, Ogbog, and me. We all get plus 5 temporary hit points plus my druid level, which is... What's my druid level? Is it 8? Oh, it's 8. So 8,
Yeah, it's
13.
8.
We all get 13 temporary hit
13
points.
temporary hit points. Cool.
You did this to yourself, Puck.
Holy crap.
I think that's all it does.
Norbog doesn't need a party.
she
Norbog is the
brings
party.
the party.
Oh, and they also
brings
then have-
the party.
Everyone has advantage on strength checks and strength saving throws for this.
And they all get haste, too. Why not?
Okay, so you have 8 badgers.
You figured out
make
that dungeon
2
yet, John?
attacks each for
Yeah.
a total of 16 attacks against this creature with an average damage of let's say 4 and 4 and 3. Okay, so let's see how these badgers do. God damn.
I did my homework real well, Puck. I
You-
knew that this was going
I'm
to be
in-
stupid
look.
and hard, and I was going to hate it, so I learned it as well as I possibly could.
I'm impressed. Well
Thank
done.
you. I came into this game being like, I'm never going to spellcast, and suddenly I was like, I'm going to spellcast so much.
Okay. So.
Holy shit.
That is the rolls for all of your badgers.
Who needs
And
ninth
both
level
of their
spells?
attacks. Looking at this,
Oh.
it seems
Oh my
3
God.
badger attacks hit. With an average damage of 3 each. That is a total damage of 9. So that was a
Fun.
lot for barely anything. To be fair,
Well, you
You know
mean
what?
average damage from that, right?
you know what? Actually, it's an average. Well, no, it's a total damage of 9 because it's 3 per hit. So actually, that is 12 because I forgot to add 3 to one of those rolls.
Don't they
So-
have multi-attack, too?
Aren't there 20 of them?
They
Bite
do.
and claw.
Well, there's 16 of them. Well, there's 8 of them, so I did 2 attacks for
There's 8
each.
badges.
This is wild.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's the roll.
Math.
Holy crap. Whose turn is it next? Ogbog's. Ogbog's gonna hit him twice.
I'm not going to do a hit. Follow that up.
He's gonna follow up with 2
Good.
swings of his morning
Got to
star.
do a punch.
He's gonna do a morning star swing. Second swing hits home. Does a ton of damage. And you know what? Being ravaged by badgers probably isn't fun. The bloodstock is getting devoured down to nothing. Bowling ball does nothing. This creature that is now in front of you and covered in badgers is going to attempt to do a screech. Does a frightening screech.
What am I looking at there? What do I need to do?
I need you to do a wisdom saving throw. Okay, you're fine.
Yup.
Let's see how your badgers did.
Now let's see how your wolves did. Now let's see how your
I'm
dad
not worried
did.
about the wolves. The wolves operate as a single unit. All right. That's
The
too many.
badgers are there for fodder. Okay, let's be real.
All right. 6 of the 8 badgers were not frightened. This is a fun thing. Something that they did
so
add
sorry.
to something they did add to
Yeah, the
roll 20.
successes,
And actually,
I
this is a
like
cool
that.
time to highlight this. Yeah, like you can set a target number and then bulk roll dice. So this is great when you're doing a ton of creatures in encounters. So in a way, Roll20 has already prepared us for this. I'm ready to roll. I just need to know how many.
Yeah. One of those is a nat 20. I just want to be very clear and make sure.
Well,
you notice
I
that.
rolled too many the first time. I rolled 16, which was for their attacks. But that's fine. All right. Nuverine keeps doing her thing. The bloodstock keeps dying. Now there are only 6 badgers instead of 9 because 3 got frightened away. I know this really changes the math on that whole situation. Claws coming in at Ogbog. Ogbog batters them away with his armor and continues hammering away at this creature. Norbog, what have you got now? Another 16 badgers.
I could, and I am seriously debating whether I should call more animals because, Huck, I don't know if you realize this, but you gave me the critter staff, which enables me to call, I quote, a legion of forest critters once a day. Do you know how many a legion is? Are you prepared to manage 3,000 badgers? Because that's what a legion is.
I can run them as a swarm. It will not be badgers. These are of a lower tier.
What you need is goats, because they can digest metal.
Let's swarm some animals. I don't know how to get the staff to show up in the thing, but yeah.
I don't think there's a way to do it, but just tell me that you're using it. All right, you're using a legion of forest critters.
Or no, it's not even a charge. You didn't even... Fuck, this is the stupidest ability you could have given me. It's not on a charge. I can do it once a day, and it's so many animals.
I know. Look, I do this all the time. My other players can tell you.
Please, I would love 3,000 to 6,000 of something, because that is in fact a legion.
The difference is she actually uses it.
Yeah.
We forget we have these things.
So, I want to lay out the state of play.
Yeah.
For everything that has transpired here for immediately this moment. The battle started. These horrifying figures coming through the forest. Norbog, get them! Wolves pour out of the forest, maul a creature to death. And then you also say, get him again! It rains badgers onto this flying creature, covered in no less than 8 badgers. Beneath it, there is a muffled screech. 3 badgers peel away. It then rains squirrels down on this creature. And there is a rapidly descending ball of fur covered in small forest creatures. They're just writhing beneath it. You can't even see what's happening anymore.
Like, squirrel horror is what I think we should be aiming here. Like, it's not cute, it's Lovecraftian in the number of eyeballs and tails there are.
It's horrifying. There's bits flying out in every direction.
And what sort of voices does she hear in this chaos?
Yeah! What are all those squirrels? Thank you.
I don't know what a legion of squirrels would sound like.
I damn it! Bitch! Yeah! You think you're tough? You think you're tough?
They may take our trees, but they'll never take our acorns! Charge! Come hurling out of the trees. And start tearing this creature to the shreds. And then the badgers roll.
I was prepared mechanically for this, but I was not prepared for the absurdity of it in actual play.
This is what druids are like at high levels, guys. This is what they're capable of if you give them too many cool items and abilities.
Hardly
This could
even
have
the
just
cool
been like
items.
one swarm of look, this could have just been one swarm of
Yeah.
badgers.
Yeah.
Oh god. All right. So that is it's another 22 damage onto this creature that's still let's see how these squirrels did. Cool. All right, this thing is barely holding on.
Which one? Are they attacking?
The one that's in front of you.
In front of you? Great. Okay. I lost track. I don't know how you're keeping track.
Oh man, it's a task. So Ogbog goes in to finish off his. He misses with both of his swings.
A lot's
Volleyball
happening in
holds.
his defense.
This
I want-
creature.
I want to see the storyline where this Norbog turns evil, and it's just like, it's like Maleficent, but like it's like horror evil Snow White, you know, charging through towns, just like with an army of rabid squirrels.
I will say that in this
Tear people
universe,
apart.
Norbog got druid powers because she wasn't with Ogbog, but she also does not have a moral compass because she is not with Ogbog. So, it could happen.
Tee. So this creature, covered in other creatures, claws towards you and attempts to lash out at you with rapidly deteriorating limbs.
That'll hit
Critical
definitely,
hits
though.
you.
I'm gonna die now after all of this.
Somehow.
How much is that? I can't
32.
do math.
That is a total
I'm gonna
of
die.
14, 18. That is 32 damage total.
Well, I'm down to 12 hit points, so...
Cool. Well, it's down to 4. So I guess you guys are even. All right. Nuvarim finishes tearing hers apart. This one goes in on Ogbog. Hits Ogbog for 17 damage. Ogbog's still kicking. Norbog?
I think I
at
need
this
to heal
point-
myself.
Well, yeah, and I believe your creatures do damage at the beginning of your turn, so this is just gone.
Go for it.
Like
Oh,
they
good.
they disperse and there's no remains. Like it's just
Amazing.
like they just disappear back into the forest.
And they're
there's
all
nothing there
infected
anymore.
now.
Yeah, right? Mhm. Where's my character sheet? Yeah, I think I have one healing spell that I can use on myself. Yeah, I'm gonna use healing word
All right.
on myself.
Very well.
Is that healing for 6 then? Is that what that means?
Yep, you healed for 6.
Okay. Better than where I was at before.
Absolutely. Ogbog goes to finish his guy off. Can't hit him. Let's try
Hello,
again.
Dad.
Okay, now he's got him. You called me dad! No, just kidding. Finishes it off. Destroyed.
It was the dad love.
Yeah, it was the dad look. And with that, Nuvarim finishes melting hers. And the wolves finish their meal.
Alright.
And you guys are out of combat.
Bless. I'm done.
That was... Woo!
Thanks for putting up with that, guys.
that was one of the more interesting combats I've done. And I do have a character that turns themselves into a giant ape regularly. So that being said,
And the mammoth. Don't forget the mammoth.
And the T-Rex.
Yes, and T-Rex, and a mammoth, and various
And a
things.
T-Rex. And bears and spiders. And...
And bears and spiders and draft horses.
There's a lot of animals in our combat.
We do a lot of menagerie here. Holy crap. That was a lot of critters.
That was so many critters. Yeah, that was like...
And it's like, I
thousands.
go through and I'm like, oh, we'll just roll the dice to decide. What are the chances that she's going to roll dire bears or dire wolves? And she rolls dire wolves. And I'm
1
like,
in
well,
8
it's an ultimate.
are the chances. You know this.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, thank you.
That's not a small chance. That's
actually a very good chance.
It's a very likely event.
You know what? When you say it like that, battle's over. In the aftermath of this, Nuvarim saunters back up to you guys, returning to her drow form. And seemingly stepping out of the shadows, a well-dressed, bespectacled man holding a briefcase walks out.
Don't like that.
And Ogbog clutches his mace tightly and readies himself for battle. And then everything stops except for you and this man, Norbog.
I don't recognize him at all, do I? Not in this world.
No, you've never met this individual before. And he looks at you and he says, Miss Norbog, my name is Owen Stone, and I have a proposition for you.
No. Mm-mm. And I've readied Primal Savagery, which is my acid vine hand. That I need to like hit him to activate it, but it's just kind of floating
He's
there.
got this
What
acid vine hand ready.
Mm-hmm.
But we'll
What did you
find
do?
out how that goes
Yeah.
after the break.
All right.
I need a break.
Back in about 15 minutes. We process all that math. Oh, greetings, friends. Sorry I'm late. Did I miss anything important? I sure don't think so. I'm sure that everything's right where I left it. But before I get caught up here, Puck, why don't you tell us who we're playing with today?
Hello, and welcome back to the Mercenaries of Mischief. I am a very lucky dungeon master, and that I get to play with these cool creative people that do all kinds of cool things on the interwebs. And you can see those things if you too are on the interwebs. And I like to take this moment here in the middle of the show to allow them to talk about the things that they do. Starting with, let's go with Darius today.
Oh, all right. I just finished up a video, another Hero Forge video, if you can believe it. Damn, make a lot of Hero Forge videos. Just published it today. Probably should have published it, like last week, but I wasn't happy with it, so I redid it. Anyways, it's all about how you can use Hero Forge to your advantage without spending any money on Hero Forge. That's right. Even if you're not buying Hero Forge minis, you can plan out your paint job and become a better painter through the use of their color tools. So check out our YouTube channel to learn more about that. And also, thanks to Hero Forge for sponsoring this episode and the rest of our episodes for the rest of the year. That's pretty sweet. Through tomorrow, they've got their Black Friday sale still going on. Tomorrow's Cyber Monday, so that's the last day. Gets you $5 off physical minis using the code EPICLOOT at checkout. Details in the bottom left of your screen. Also, $3.99 STL files if you got a 3D printer, or you know somebody with a 3D printer, or you know a sweet website like madmakerprints.com, which will bring you to my Etsy store, where you can have me print off your Hero Forge STL files for reasonable prices.
But John,
add that to your
I have the
bio.
painting skills of a dead moth. Is there some way to get color miniatures from Hero Forge?
Well, there certainly is. And you can get $5 off using the code EPICLOOT. Because now,
A dead
They-
moth?
dip it in paint.
Sorry,
The delayed
Yes.
reaction
I
is
was-
very good.
I had to unmute. I had to.
Go to Hero Forge. They got good stuff. Epic
Yeah.
Loot, the code.
Order
It's
your
got 2
minis.
days. Also watch that video because
full
he did a
color.
good job on it. And he toiled. How he toiled.
I toiled.
Toiled twice.
If you want to, yeah, I made that video at least twice. If
You double toiled.
If you want to see what
And it was
the,
trouble.
the color minis are like, check out our Ultimate Hero Forge 2.0 review. Gives you a good look at the full color minis. See what you're getting for your cash.
Excellent. Thank you, Hero Forge. And thank you, John. Gilbetta, what do you got going on?
I got popcorn now.
Popcorn. Let me tell you about popcorn.
I finished the cake and now I'm on the popcorn. Watch Trash Bin.
Watch Trash Bin. All right. Are we gonna hunt more spooks?
Well, you should introduce me. Oh no, wait, the trash can. Never mind. I thought you were like
Trash
okay,
can.
ignore me.
Basically.
I used up all of my
Um,
brain power to.
We'll get to you. We'll get to you. It's my
I'm
the
I'm so lucky to be part of this team.
what? Oh, we're gonna
You
watch.
guys are delightful.
Hunt
Okay.
ghosts. I'm gonna stay in the
Yes.
truck. The others are gonna
Okay.
do most of the work, and I'll stay. And I'm gonna be command central in the truck. If I'm honest, because that game is scary,
I'm gonna-
and I can't hang. um,
It's like- when
What?
we did that school one, I'm just noticing now. But like I died on every other mission. And I thought
Uh-huh.
for sure both time the ghost came after us, I was gonna die, but it killed everyone but me.
Yeah,
And left me alive.
Speaking of schools, I'll just interject here real quick. Did you notice Tasha's Cauldron of Everything stole your bit? Group patrons, you can have an Academy patron.
No, look, I'm aware of that. I did see that.
Mhm.
Somebody play the GIF.
Yeah.
You stole my bit. You stole my bit. So,
what's happening?
It turns out this whole time Lilith was the glue holding this group together.
Yeah, apparently, literally.
They did steal my bit. They did add the school stuff, but that's okay. I was doing this long before anybody else was. And that's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
We did this
Norbog.
before the McElroys.
Tell us
going back to
about your stuff. We're gonna do spooky things tomorrow. Norbog.
Oh, is it my turn now? I'm sorry. I'm afraid
I
I'm going to
think-
get
I
yelled
think
at
so.
again unless if I started talking. Oh, I'm sorry. All right.
Not
are
about
we
where
good?
last we left off.
Hello, I'm Arcady. You can mostly find me hanging out online on my Twitter, Arcady Cosplay. I'm also around on Instagram and occasionally Facebook, but really it's mostly Twitter. You can catch me doing my cosplay work. This week, I am mostly hand sewing a whole bunch of applique to a dress. It is not thrilling, but it's gonna look badass when it's done. So I might stream some of it just to get people to keep me company when I do it, because it's tedious as hell. So that's my cosplay life right now.
Living your best cosplay life.
Yeah,
Hashtag.
so I don't know, maybe not best. Like, sewing 7 feet of applique is not great. It didn't have to be done that way, but I chose to, and so like choices were made. I wouldn't call it the best. It's like 85% of my best cosplay life.
If you want to hear
Fair
that
enough.
conversation for hours, talking about how this was a bad decision, Check out our stream.
Well, and maybe we should have special guests that are come in and keep her company from the channel, like we do with Wolf.
You guys can. If you guys help me set it up, you guys can come talk with me while I just sit there and complain. And I'm like, this was so stupid. I finished 3 inches in an hour.
Sure, we'll get set up.
I mean, look, I'm sure we could do that kind of stuff down the road. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you so much to Hero Forge, and thank you to you, the viewers. Let's get back into it, as they say. When last we left our heroes, that was too soon. I pushed the button too soon. When last we left our travelers, Darius was making his way through the labyrinth. Jabetta received some disturbing news from Owen Stone about what's been going on in the other world. And Norbog unleashed all of the creatures of the forest and at least 4 other forests on unsuspecting attackers and defeated them handedly. Only to have everything frozen in time as she is approached by a mysterious, bespectacled man.
Okay. Yeah, I'm like
There's
poised and... What did you do?
no need for violence. I am not here to fight you.
Okay, why
I've
are you
given
here
us
then?
some privacy.
Why?
Because there are matters I need to discuss with you.
You another like tree or druid or person to come tell me that you're going to expect great things from me?
No, not at all. My name is Owen Stone.
Mm-hmm.
I am the personal assistant and associate of one Lord Zelos.
Do I know who Zelos is in this universe?
Ooh, I don't know. Do a history check. Let's see what you know.
I don't know. With my -1 history. 13.
13. You have heard tell of a powerful noble that was deposed named Lord Devonian Zelos III over the
Okay,
last year or so.
What on earth does that have to do with me?
It's rather circumstantial, I'm afraid. Are you aware of the fact that worlds are colliding?
I heard something like that. I don't know what it means, though, and there's these things, and I point to the Phyrexians. They walked out of a bubble in the air. Is that what you mean?
Yes. That is from the other world, and there are more of them. They are very strong.
Enough to destroy the world.
Yes. So you're aware of their plans.
I think I saw it in a dream. Everything gone and desolate and just a writhing pit of these.
It is good to see that the Fae spirits have kept you informed. They are often so grim and vague in their illusions. But the reason I have come to you is because of the worlds collapsing in on each other. There is a big battle coming, larger than anything anyone has ever seen. A force of Phyrexians from this other world will join with the Phyrexians here, and they will attempt to consume everything. There is a complication to this. There is another version of you in this other world.
Why is that complicated?
Because she, as you will be in the final battle.
What does that mean? Do you have to fight her? Are we fighting together? What? You're being vague now.
She's guilty. She is fighting on the same side as you. She is looking to defeat the Phyrexians with her friends. However, what happens afterwards is a matter of some debate. There's quite a bit of chaos at work at the collision of these two realities. And we are uncertain as to what will happen to each version of ourselves and our worlds once it is done. Lord Zelos and I have taken steps to preserve this world as it is. Once the dust settles, we will ensure that this reality's status quo takes dominance over the others. That said, on a more individual level, there are choices to be made. So, I've come to you with a proposition. Do you wish to remain as you are once the collision is done and the dust settles? Or do you wish to give your position to the alternate version of you? Or do you wish to let things fall as they may?
Who am I in the other world?
You are a warrior.
That's it?
Your parents are still separated. You're a skilled fighter. You have many friends.
My mom?
You were not raised by your mother. You were raised by your father. However, your father perished just a few months ago from wounds he incurred from a battle.
So they're not that different of a world, though.
In a lot of ways. There are a lot of similarities.
Yet, why do you want this one, not that one? Why me, not her?
Well, you do not have inconvenient allegiances in this world. However, the other version does.
Who?
She is allied with forces that have a vested interest in the disruption of Lord Zelos' future plans. You have no such allegiances, so naturally we would want to preserve the version of you that is least likely to interfere with our future.
What has Zelos done to make them so angry at him, then?
I'm not entirely sure myself.
I don't go after people who don't deserve it.
Well, then perhaps you do not have as many things in common with these other people than you may have thought.
Perhaps you're a liar.
I've been called worse. Either way, the choice is yours. I will leave it up to you.
She hasn't done anything to me. Why would I try and take her place? And if our goals are the same...
Is it a question of survival? I do not know what will happen when everything is done. When the full chaos of this convergence is unleashed, those who are not under this agreement will be left to a certain amount of random chance. There's no way to know what could happen.
You use the word agreement. What does that entail? That sounds like contract, a bargain?
A simple enough bargain. You maintain your place in this world.
I don't know you at all.
No,
Does he look human or fey? Is he, or not fey, elven?
he looks human.
I hate him.
By all intensive purposes, he appears completely human.
That was a mistake he made then. I turned to him and I don't know you at all. You walked out of a puff of smoke, similar to how these things just walked out from another world. And you're asking me to sign a bargain with you. I don't know you, but I would wager that I know myself in any world better than I know you.
Very well. In the end, the decision will be yours. I will be at the final battle. If you wish to try and save this world and prevent the rise of these creatures, go to this location. And he scribbles on a piece of paper a map. And he just sets it on the ground in front of you and places a stone without trying to hand it to you.
Yeah, I wait for him to, excuse me, I wait for him to, like, go before I even start approaching.
If you decide that you want this to be your home, your place without question, if you want assurances that when the dust settles, you will be you, and this will be your home, call to me, and I will make it so.
I think I know who I am, without you needing to make it so.
Very well. Lord Zelos thanks you for your aid in the coming battle. If you change your mind, I will be available. I hope we see more of you, Norbog. You are an interesting new agent on the field. And he walks away, fading into the mists.
I, like, wait for another minute to make sure he's really gone and, like, look around before I even approach the piece of paper he left.
Everyone returns to normal.
Just for clarification, is he offering them the opportunity to merge themselves, or is he saying one of you's got to disappear?
To remain as they are in this world.
Right, but is it only one of them can remain as they are, or can both of them remain as they are?
That is the implication.
Which is the implication?
That is the implication that only one of them can remain as they are.
The only one of them can remain.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Again, he's stated multiple times that he has no idea how this is going to shake out in the end. This is an assurance that once everything is over, you will remain you in this world.
Okay. So he's basically, I can protect one of you. Don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I like
I'm going to
you
pick one. I'm not
best.
going to... It's not going to do two. I like you. You're convenient. Speaking of which, Darius.
Yeah.
Your solution?
All right. So yeah, after working it out with gear strip and diagramming, like, all right, it seems that the way we've got it set up, there's only fire coming from the east and west walls. The controls are only in the west rooms. So, starting in the southwest room, I will turn the right knob a quarter turn clockwise, which should make it so I have the full square to walk through. Then I will go to the northwest room and turn the right knob a quarter turn clockwise, which should point one door at if I've, and at this point too, like having figured it out. He's just like going
Yeah.
about it now. He's like, yep, yeah,
He's
here
just
we go.
doing it.
100%
Yeah.
confident. So if this is wrong, he's probably just gonna die.
Okay.
But yeah. So they're all, I got a big square, and then in the north, I gotta do this backwards so it looks right for you guys. In the northwest room, turn the right knob, quarter turn clockwise, which should have one doorway pointing towards me and one pointing north. So I can check and see if there's an exit there.
All
So
right.
go over to the northeast room.
So, once everything shifts into place and you make your way through these halls, after you make it in through the northeast room, you enter the main control area for the Mage Tower.
Oh, for the whole tower?
For the whole tower.
All right, this is a trap. Sending the Minesweeper out. Why would it give me access to the main control room?
The Minesweeper scans around and then says, "Powerful Fey presence detected."
A presence. I'll cautiously walk in, shield up.
What a delightful toy. Hello. And you turn and you see a bespectacled, skinny man walk out of the shadows and set the glowing core for MT 2.5 on a counter.
Is that from...
Yes. He was uncooperative, so he had to be shut down. I will leave his fate in your hands.
All right. Thank you. Have we met?
No, I don't believe that we have. My name is Owen Stone.
Well, I'm gonna insight check Owen Stone. Does he seem like he's here to kill me or to help me? That's an 11.
This dude has the coldest, blankest expression that you've ever seen on a human being.
Mr. Stone, what brings you here from the Feywild?
Very interesting toy. I have a proposition for you.
All right. Based on reputation of your people, not to generalize, but I'm going to skew towards no. However...
Well, I hope you will do me the dignity of hearing me out.
Sure. I suppose if you were going to hurt me, you would have done it by now. I'll lower the shield
Certainly.
and put it away.
I imagine that you understand what is happening. There is a convergence of worlds occurring.
If, what I was told by what appears to be myself is true, then yes. But I'm questioning much of what I was told by whoever that was.
The other you.
Is that what it is? You're certain? An actual parallel world where there's another me.
Yes. And I'm afraid to say that he's gone off the reservation a little bit.
Has he attacked the other Avalon Knights?
Not yet. But he's making preparations.
He expressed a great deal of distrust and Wendell, would you say animosity? Yeah, animosity.
Wendell is frozen like this.
Oh. Mr. Gearstrip, did you do that?
He can't. Yes.
Huh. Interesting.
So, it is another you. And his world is collapsing in on yours. And the dark machines that you're worried about, that you're preparing to fight,
Yes.
they'll be coming with him. He seeks to control them.
What makes him think he can control them? They're, if I'm understanding correctly, basically a parasite.
Hubris, I imagine. What? He seeks to control them nonetheless. The reason I am here is, for one, to make sure that you arrive at the coming battle. Number two, once the worlds collide, Lord Zelos is uncertain as to what will occur, and so am I. However, we would like to guarantee that certain important individuals remain as they are. We are uncertain how the math shakes out when there are two versions of you and two realities collapse in on each other. So, if you are interested, we can ensure that you remain in this reality as you are now, once the dust settles.
Wait, you work with Lord Zelos?
Yes.
And he thinks I'm an important person?
Yes.
It looks back at Gearstrip again. But not him?
He is important as well. You're important together. We're less concerned on how the math shakes out for him.
Would Lord Zelos be willing to write a letter of recommendation stating his opinion that I am important to the future of reality?
Absolutely not.
Seemed like too much to ask. I could write it if he just wants to sign it.
Lord Zelos is very busy. What I am talking about is your survival.
I am into that. Survival is one of my interests.
The other you is problematic, rash, ambitious. We would rather that, once the dust settles, you are the only Darius on the board.
So this would be, if your intel is correct, we would be required to battle the Phyrexians before the convergence is complete.
Yes. If the Phyrexians are not destroyed, then how the convergence settles is of little importance. Everyone will die.
All right. Well, I guess that kind of changes things. See, if he was going to be like, he might disappear, and then the Phyrexians will not be under anyone's control, that would be a little harder to manage. But him in control, I might be able to predict what he might try to do.
That would be useful. So am I to take this as meaning that you wish to stay?
Assuming that we can defeat the Phyrexians, then, from what I know of this other me, no reason to defend him. I mean, yes, I would like to continue existing. Thank you. If that is the option being presented to me, existence or potential non-existence, I will take the former.
Excellent.
But what is the cost?
I'm quite pleased to hear you say this. There is no cost. This is simply an assurance of the best possible future.
Well, then what prevents you from just choosing? Why would you ask my input?
It must be taken by choice. We cannot force it. If it could be forced, Lord Zelos would simply craft this world to be exactly as he wishes. Instead, we've been forced to make agreements. Concessions, if necessary.
All right. Well, this all seems reasonable, and please tell Mr. Zelos that I would very much like to meet him someday. I've
Very
heard
well.
quite a bit about his interesting experimentations in the Warforged construction area.
He extends his hand, and in his palm, there is a small metal disc with an aqua crystal sticking out of either end of it, almost like a top.
And what is this?
This is what you will need to stay in this reality. It will attune you.
I don't have any sort of identifier. I don't really. You would think an artificer would have some sort of identification skill.
You'd think so.
Very interesting. All right. Well, what is to be done with it?
Simply hold it tightly within your possession when the time comes. And want to survive.
All right. Seems almost too
And
simple.
he hands it out to you.
I will.
It does, doesn't it?
I feel like making another insight check now would be cheating. So I'll just take it based on my previous
All right.
11. All right.
You take
Just
it.
Hold it and want.
Yes. And he hands you a piece of paper. This is where the final battle will take place. This is where the convergence will start. The rest of your allies will be assembling there as well. You'll need to go and meet with them. Is there anything else that you'll require?
How long do we have?
Precious little time. But I'm sure more than enough for you to make use of your new plan.
Oh, okay, yeah, because I was going to say, we have a whole, thing we've got to build. And I'm not sure how long it's going to take, so we've got to kind of evaluate whether to build it here or there, and I look at the map. How far away is it?
It's not far. It's just a little ways north.
All right, given resources, we can realize that. Can you unfreeze Mr. Gearstrip? I feel like I could use his help planning the logistics of this.
Of course. After I leave.
Oh, do you
I'll
guys
see you at the battle then.
not have good terms? Yeah.
No. This was just a private conversation. Confidentiality, of course.
Oh, should I not tell him about this?
You may say what you wish. In the end, everything must be your choice. That's the only way it's going to work.
All right,
We'll
one
see
question.
you at the battle, Darius.
Wait.
Yes.
One question before you go. So what happens to everyone else? What happens to my family?
If they are not radically different from their alternate reality counterparts, probably very little. I am to understand that perhaps your family is not whole or even alive in the other world. I am fuzzy on the details. If they are, in fact, dead in this other world, if we hold this as the prime reality, then they will remain alive.
So his whole family's dead.
We are to believe that from the intelligence we've gathered, yes.
Thank you, Mr. Stone. Got a lot of
Thank
work
you,
to do.
Darius. Good luck, Mr. McLaren. We expect to see you at the battle. And he disappears into the shadows. And things are unfrozen around you.
Mr. Gearstrip?
I knew we would make it out, my boy.
We don't have a lot of time.
No, I dare say that we don't.
And he shows him the map. We've got to get
Ah, yes.
the weather machine built and to here as quickly as possible.
Well then, we best get to the laboratory then. Onward!
So we're in the control room, so I imagine we'll open up the vault.
Oh yeah, you guys. Yeah, you open up the vault, you acquire the storm orb, and you go to the lab to build the weather dominator. Contemplating the nature of your decision, I'm sure.
Well, I'm not gonna have time to go over, so I'm gonna basically write a note on the map and tuck it into Chadwick's collar and send him over to the crab shack to let Cookie and the rest know where we gotta start rallying the troop towards.
And the troops are rallied, and the Avalon Knights prepare to march. And we go back to Gilbetta.
Great.
So, I don't suppose you've come to a decision just yet.
Is he back?
Yeah.
No, you were gone for like 10 minutes.
It certainly felt like longer than that. But I forgot to mention the battle to come will be very difficult. If you like, there are things that we can get you to better equip you for this.
Such as...
The other trident.
I suppose there it would be another one in this world.
Yes.
Oh. 2 water elementals at a time?
We're certain it would
2
multiply your power.
station orbs? But Hydra already wants me to drown everything with just the one. But with two, I could watch as Darius takes his last breaths. And besides, I always have the option to disappear later, right?
If that is what you truly desire, then yes.
Oh, why not? What's the worst that could happen?
Very well. We will acquire the other drown and ensure that you have it for the
Yes.
final battle.
Yes. And drown he will.
I hope that all of our enemies drown. Please let me know what you decide in the end. I will give you more time to think.
Yes. Say, the battle.
Yes.
Do we think that's... Is there a way that we can fight that in the old world?
We will be fighting it in both worlds.
Hmm.
Unfortunately, it will be the point of convergence. It will be where the two worlds begin to merge.
Well, probably shouldn't entirely flood the place then.
The area in which the battle is taking place would be an acceptable loss for the destruction of the Phyrexians.
I mean, who doesn't love new oceans?
Who indeed? Oh. And I should mention,
Hmm.
there is something that your alternate reality counterparts don't know.
There's a lot they don't know.
Yes. The convergence is going to unleash an extraordinary amount of chaos magic. This chaos magic is something the Phyrexians hope to utilize to bring their world here. If that happens, everyone is doomed. It took a coalition of several worlds, armies more numerous than you can count, and powers beyond your understanding to defeat them at their height. If we let them get close again, it will be the end of everything. So no pressure.
You know, I liked it better when the rest of the world forgot who you were.
We can never forgive and we can never forget.
Indeed.
It leaves us to worry about things that haven't happened yet. I'll leave you to think. And he fades
Yes,
away.
Please do.
So what does
And
Gilbetta
Gilbetta
do with
just-
this knowledge?
Well, can't tell Darius. Don't know how to get in touch with Lilith. Don't know Norbog. So, like, I don't know, I guess.
All right.
You do know
Um,
Norbog. You just don't know this Norbog. But you do know a
Yeah,
Norbog.
Yes.
exactly.
We just can't line up correctly.
Yeah, exactly. So I guess the only person really at this point that she would have left to, as far as she knows about, is that she gives a shit about would be Pin.
Mhm.
What about Sharp?
Yeah, but Sharp is chasing after Darius, and I don't have a sending stone to get in touch with her, so I
Yeah.
can't tell her either. So
Wow.
she just would get on the sending stone and let Penn know, assuming he doesn't already know, but she is assuming that he does already know, because he unfortunately knows literally everything from all of everywhere, the last that she heard. So
This conversation is gonna be delightful. And you can tune in next week to get the whole thing. Because that's where we're gonna end off today. But there are a couple of other things. A few moments ago, in the forest, while everyone was frozen solid, and Norbog conversed with Owen Stone, the powerful black shadow dragon, Nuvarim, sat perfectly still, allowing the Fey trickster to think that he had power over her, while she listened. And she found his bargain very interesting, along with everything that he had to say. In the meantime, Owen walks out into an empty field, looking at the 3 unused discs in his hand. And he looks up as the sky begins to morph and change. The earth rumbles and the worlds threaten to collide. He says, "One chance to reshape it all, sir. I hope it turns out in the end." And that's where we'll stop officially for today.
Next week is crossover, right?
Yeah, next week's crossover, man.
crossover.
Alt
It's
crossover.
crossover. Alt crossover time. It's coming down the pipes. Bunch of people who never met before are going to meet. We're probably going to take the first one, assembling the Devengers. And then we're going to... and then we're going to spend the second one conversing with the Devengers. And that's how it's going to go down. So tune in tomorrow to find out what kind of deals Owen Stone is trying to cut with the Warlocks. Because that stuff's coming down too.
Because there's that tomorrow to deal with.
It is.
Quick shout out. The art sitting in Lilith's seat today was fan art made by Schizo Hybrid.
Yes.
Part of our fan art showcase that you see at the beginnings and the breaks.
And we're going to have regular Lilith back in there next week.
Yeah.
So thank you so much for joining us. Thanks for watching. Thank you to my incredible cast for playing through on this story with us. Man, we got 2 weeks to the finale. Things are going to blow up. It's going to be crazy. It's going to be combat like you saw with Norbog, but with less people and more dice rolling.
Norbog, who still has 3 ultimates?
Yep.
Yeah.
Norbog,
Who still has 3
ultimates that may
Phyrexians who?
stick with Norbog.
Yeah, right?
So we'll see how it shakes out. Either way, those are all going to go somewhere.
Right. It's going to be all the other characters fighting with themselves, and Norbog are going to be like, "You're great. You're great. I think you're great. Well, I think you're great.
I think you're
I
great.
think you're
Are you
so
sad
cool.
and lonely in your world?
Your
When
creatures
you-
are amazing.
When you said, hey, I'm going to make him go to an alternate universe, did you think it was going to end with Jobetta versus evil meat mech Darius?
Look, I mean, I didn't count on that one sorting out, and I got plans for that kind of leading in the direction that Darius was already creating stuff. There's gonna be like mecha alternate team weird flesh monsters. So look forward to that stuff. Yeah,
Tracks.
that was the direction. That man, like, there's I can't go
So
into
it's
like
a
a
third
comic book
team.
riff. I
So
can't
there's
look. I can't.
Prime-
Yeah, it's a third team.
There's Prime Us, Alternate Us, and then the evil robot us.
Mecha team. Yeah, evil robot team. It's just like Bill and Ted's bogus journey.
Wait.
It's
Mercs.
Wait. It would be Jilbata.
Leave. Please
Good
just
night,
leave.
everyone. Do the thing. End the show, please.
Gilbetta fucking nuts and bolts. Okay, but anyways. So, thank you so much for watching. Stay tuned for the raid. Meat mechs are coming. Thank you so much to my cast, my incredible people for watching. Stay tuned. Big things. Raid is coming. Until next time, council dismissed.